Life is full of problems, and at the same time, we are all born as solution to each problem. One of the unexplored problem-solving strategy is coding. EduLight Consulting is envisioned with a mission to raising and training grassroots kids and teenagers with the digital knowledge of coding in solving human problems found in their society. This is Owo Digital Academy. In the ancient town of Owo, located in Ondo State, Nigeria, is famously recognized with men of great academic prowess, business tycoons, estate moguls, leading various sectors in Nigeria and beyond, deem it fit with a burden to prepare and equip the future of their origin, the future of their children.
For human capital development, we felt that it was important to get the youths, to prepare them for the future growth and development we envisage.
The community of high and mighty of our land established a forum called Owo is One Movement with Chief Akin Aruwajoye, the Ogbeni Oja of our land, as its national coordinator.
Owo is One is a non-governmental, non-party partisan Owo association that is focused primarily on peace, development and prosperity of Owo. Owo being a community, an old kingdom in Yoruba land, has gone through troughs and sinklines. About 2012, some of us got together and felt that we as citizens should take our fortune into our hands and try to drive the peace and development for the community. And we scoped it to include all our nationalities, and this is definable by the dialect. All the communities that speak of our dialect felt that if we pull together, the force could be enough to give us a space within the polity to garner support and development.
Our Digital Academy was born out as a result of deep thoughts among the leadership of Owo is One movement sometimes early last year. We are trying to address some of our societal issues. Yes, Owo is One movement, at one of such meetings earlier last year in 2018, I can remember it was February meeting, we discussed that we have to diversify ways at which we can solve some of our societal problems. Then there is the ICT committee that was set up, and it was chaired by Mr. Folusho Falaye, ably supported by me and other members of Owo is One movement. Now we realize that in our society here, basically that's Owo and Ose, we don't have much mineral deposit that the current governor, who happens to hail from this community too, can assist us to leverage on by bringing industries based on the mineral deposited in our lands. Almost every family here has an average of 80% of people who go to school. So we decided to say, okay, let us go the way of knowledge economy by using ICT, information and communication technology. Then we look at who are we going to develop. Then we decided to say, okay, let us start an academy for children so that we can catch them young, with that phrase, catch them young. One 140 secondary schools in our local government environment were sent letters of invitation that they should send 3 of their best students from JSS1 classes to JSS3 to us, and they did that. Now we bring in a company, that's EduLight Consulting firm from Ibadan, who happens to be the consulting firm for the training materials and actually the training of the students, and he's the one who conducted that interview.
My name is Mario Kodishante. I'm the founder and CEO of EduLight Consulting. EduLight Consulting was engaged by Owo One movement to create Owo Digital Academy. And the vision behind creating Owo Digital Academy is to turn Owo to a knowledge economy.
One of our members, working independently, constructed a facility for his alma mater, an e-learning classroom completely equipped for his alma mater. We then approached him if we could collaborate. The gentleman I'm referring to is Mr. Folusho Falaye. He graciously agreed and made the facilities available to us.
So kids between the ages of 11 and 18 were selected across secondary schools in Owo and its suburb to join the training. And we shortlisted about 50 of them after they wrote an entrance test. And all these kids were provided with computers, they were provided with learning materials for them to be able to learn the IT skills we're teaching them.
EduLight Consulting facilitated the program under one of their brand name called Code for KT. Students from various grassroots were randomly selected, tested and empowered with a laptop each and a branded uniform. 30 laptops were donated by Siemens Company, USA, facilitated by Dr. Fola Oneshile. This is to support the vision of knowledge economy by Owo is One movement. The facilities are outstanding. Amazing structure, good furniture, digital board, uninterrupted connection to the internet, uninterrupted power supply, and serene learning atmosphere.
Computer science is used to solve human problems. Yes or yes? Yes. Okay, good. Now, there's a problem-solving process. You've learned that. Yes. So, who can tell me the problem-solving process? Okay, you?
The problem-solving processes are: 1. Define what problem are you solving. 2. Prepare by researching possible solutions and make plans. 3. Try by putting your plans into action. While the last one, reflect by evaluating your solution and improving on it.
Today, all participants are empowered with computer programming skills, versatile with the knowledge acquired. The kids' ICT proficiency is outstanding as they emerged as best presenters, first and second from the group's discussion panels based on AI, VR, AR, IoT on FB Accelerator Roadshow 2019 at Federal University of Technology, Akure.
A number of times we showed kids how to use various technology, but we've not shown them what goes on behind the scene, the problem solving, the critical thinking, and the programming. Now, the focus of our Digital Academy is to teach kids both computer programming and entrepreneurship. So we started with them with problem solving. Now, they also learned a number of programming languages, which include HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, and PHP. And at the moment, these kids are able to use these skills to develop websites and web apps.
The Owo Digital Academy scheme is of great benefit to the parents of the beneficiaries.
The moment they started the design of websites, and that was the peak of her seriousness even at home. She's committed to improving what they have done as a group. Only recently, I wanted to do a design of web for our agricultural business, and she offered to do a design for us in that regard. And I know that would have amounted to a lot of resources if we were to consult a professional consultant in web design, but she's offered to do it pro bono.
Each student had a project and also a group project that solves problems in their society.
We live in a society where the girl child is not relevant. For me, not anymore, because I am powerful and I can code. At Owo Digital Academy, powered by EduLight, I learned coding skills. I realized that to be relevant to the society, you have to be a problem solver, your gender notwithstanding. As a girl, I can use my coding skills to create apps to address various problems. I led my team to develop a website that helps to crowdfund for eligible students who cannot afford the cost of tertiary education. As the team leader, I crafted the vision for our work. I delegate responsibilities at the same time, get involved in the coding. I code because coding has made me a leader. I code because it helps me to express myself, and I found self-confidence in coding. For me, coding is a potent tool to propagate the message of gender equality. Every girl child should learn coding. I love coding.
Before joining Owo Digital Academy, I have always wanted to invent things. As a young boy, I don't have enough tools and skills to invent the ideas in my mind. Owo Digital Academy, powered by EduLight Consulting, exposed me to various computer programming skills that is helping me to invent the ideas I have always wanted to create. I recently created an after-school study app that helps secondary school students to get additional academic resource beyond classroom experience.
It has not even only him that has been imparted. I've been imparted as well. So he will come back, he will tell me some things they have taught him in the program. And when he shared with me, I was interested. So I decided to go and get my own laptop.
I'm so excited about coding because it helps me to bring my ideas and dreams to reality. I code because coding has made me powerful to change the world. I code because I no longer see limitations to the actualizations of my ideas and dreams. I'm a super being using coding to solve human problem. I think everybody should code.
I'm passionate about people and I love to help others. We live in a society with many problems, yet unsolved, but I'm just a child. How can I help? When I joined Owo Digital Academy, powered by EduLight Consulting, I learned how to code using various programming languages. These skills made me to realize I'm not just a child, but I can solve problems within my community. I and my team created a crowdfunding website to help financially poor students to go to school.
I really appreciate our digital stuff because Farouk really loved the program very well and it's very improving.
Project tí Farouk ń ṣe fún àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n mọ̀wé tó yẹ pé wọn ò lówó wọ́n lọ school tó yẹ pé wọn ò lówó àti ràn wọn pé ó máa open website yẹn fún wọn tó bá wá open website yẹn fún wọn máa wá donate fún àwọn aláìní àwọn èèyàn tó nípa láti lọ school tí ò sówó.
In our community, some eligible students cannot afford pursuing a tertiary education because they are from a very poor background. Else, my solution will help. I couldn't have been able to help them if I don't know how to code. I code because I want to help people. I code because I want to solve problems. Coding is basically about leveraging technology to solve human problems.
How are machines made? What makes a person an inventor, entrepreneur, or innovator? I have just one answer: coding. I learned how to code in different programming languages at Owo Digital Academy, powered by EduLight Consulting. I now know what it means to be an innovator, using technology to improve lives. I'm using the skill learned to create a transport solution that connects cab drivers to passengers, first of its kind in our town.
Since the program started, I can see in him there's a deep passion for the program, especially this technological advancement or initiative that I started with the program. I personally, as the father, there are some things that I didn't know. Through this program, he has taught me. I've learned and I've gained from him.
I code because it helps me to command respect among my equals. I code because my community needs me to solve problems and improve lives. I code because I am born to change the world.
I'm an easygoing person and I love to take up responsibility. Coding is a zone that allows me to do both. When I joined Owo Digital Academy, powered by EduLight Consulting, I was curious of what coding skills will offer me. I remember our first lecture on problem solving. I realized coding is a magic stick to turn impossibility to possibility. Coding has changed my perception about life and career. It has changed my way of thinking. I no longer think like a child, but I feel like a superman with power to change the world.
The day he came and told me that they asked him to build a website, I almost didn't believe him. That how come so soon? So after a couple of days, he came over and showed me the thing on his computer. I saw it and I said, wow. Even me, I've been trying for years to have the time to build a website. I couldn't do it. And my son just did this thing within some few months. I was highly elated.
When we were first introduced to this program, I was so happy. But deep within me, I was thinking that how would my son or my children, how would they cope with this kind of program? But when we started, I saw a lot of changes in Timileyin. Timileyin became so curious. He sleeps so late when the program started. You will see him drawing, even drawing on the computer, using my phones, using my system, using his own, copying here and there, taking pictures. I was so happy. And I'm so grateful to the Digital Academy.
I code because coding helps me to think deeply. I code because coding prepares me for the future. I code because it enhances my intellect.
Owo Digital Academy, anchored by EduLight Consulting and proudly funded by Owo is One movement, had a great constructive impact in the lives of the children and as a result will boost the knowledge economy of our town.